How's it going, everybody? I'm Jesse Nyberg, a freelance graphic designer from Los Angeles, and this is my work from home desk setup and office tour. So the first thing that powers pretty much this entire desk setup is my PC. I built this computer sometime during COVID and it's been lasting me pretty good. I'll throw up all the specs right here. One of these places, I have it all written down in my notes app. I also have the Killua from Hunter x Hunter just chilling in there. The desk itself is actually a IKEA iDawson desk, but what I did to upgrade it was I got these standing desks from Fully. Which is pretty dope about these is you can program like all the different levels and everything, and you can buy just the metal part and put it on like whatever tabletop you want. So when I want to stand up, I just push level 2. And it's pretty dope because it has like a built-in preset. These are two Acer monitors. They're actually 2K. I used to have a 4K one for one of them, but it bothered me how they were so contrasty and different. So I decided to buy like the same monitor twice. And this one's also still really good for gaming because it's 170 hertz. And I like just having that fast frame rate for even designing, like how you can move your mouse around and everything. These ones are also color accurate, so that's always super helpful as a designer. So the peripherals are all pretty simple. This is actually a Model O mouse. It's a gaming mouse, and I really like this one because it's light and it has these holes in it. So it works really good to just be able to move around and work on all day. I like it for both gaming, working on content stuff, and design things. My keyboard is from Leopold. It's a mechanical keyboard, a Leopold FC750. Let's see if I can pick up some of the key noises right here with this lav mic on. These are the Cherry Browns. I really like them. I really like the Cherry Browns because they're a mix between like the super clicky and then the just kind of more silent linear ones. If I upgrade any more and go any more down the rabbit hole of mechanical keyboards, I'm probably gonna end up spending like $1,000 on a custom one, which I can't really stomach myself to do at this point, but maybe in the future. My favorite part about this is I have this little custom Gundam escape key that I really like. It's like a brushed aluminum that I got from some seller who makes them on Etsy. And then so for my mouse pad, I'm just using this cutting mat from US Art Supply. I like this cutting mat because you can have it on black or on green, so it's more versatile, and it just looks cool though on the green side, so I usually leave it there. I also use this as kind of my analog setup for when I'm doing any design work with collage or anything that requires printing and cutting and texturizing, things like that. It gives me a nice like analog workspace if I just move my stuff out of the way. So for the audio over here, nothing crazy. We have some Beyer Dynamic Studio headphones. These are what I use for listening to music, editing, interviews, podcasts, recording video, whatever it may be. So this is the Focusrite Scarlett Solo. It's just a simple audio interface that powered through XLR. So it has my headphones, and then it also powers the speakers up here. And then I can record with this mic. So this mic is the RE320. It's kind of the competitor to the Shure SM7B, the one you see on a lot of podcasts and stuff, but I like the sound a little bit more. So I'm ready to record. I'll just pull it over right here and have my camera set up and everything. All right, so right here I have the Grove-made like desk thing that I can just throw random stuff in here, some mints, whatever. And on top of it, I have a picture of me and my partner Erica, and then as well as a picture of my mom from high school, just as like a little memory. This is pretty cool. This is the Midori 5-year diary. I got this recently when I was recommended it from a YouTube video. It comes out in this cool little slip case, and I just think it looks really nice. And what's cool about this is each year you fill out just a little segment and then you go on to the next year. So this should have a day for the next 5 years of things, which is pretty cool. And I like this because I always had a lot of problem with journals where I didn't have enough to write like each day. So worst case, sometimes I want to write a little bit more than fits, but it's cool to see what you wrote the year before when that day comes up and you're filling it out. Another few little small things. Grove-made sent me some stuff a while ago, so I have a few more things from them. This is a cool, nice pen from Grove-made as well that I really like. It has some nice weight to it, and it has this cool little holder. And then this is like their note-taking system. I like this because you can pull this out and write on it, but if you wanna take these with you and like just separate them from the rest of the stack, you're able to do that. This I just have as a little plant. I always buy these little plants from IKEA, the fake ones. This is pretty cool. I got this from Omega Mart, this like fake thing in Vegas, and it's supposed to look like pills or some shit, but it's basically just a bunch of little highlighters. So it's pretty cool. Thing I have that holds all my pens and tools, and we have like this drafting little pencil thing from Aaron Draplin, and I always like the orange color. Some random pencils, a Sharpie, highlighter, some other orange stuff. My favorite color is orange, so I like having an orange pen, orange highlighter. And this is the main X-Acto knife I use for just any projects that require cutting or any type of kind of crafting and analog type stuff. This really good collage artist named Stax put me onto this brand, Beatative. I think it works a lot better than some of these traditional, X-Acto knives like this. Almost cut myself, so be careful with those. Up here we have some speakers. These are all powered through that same audio interface. Those are just some bookshelf speakers that I use to listen to music or watch shows or whatever. And then up top, I just have some various other little like trinkets and decorations. So we have like a Dr. Doom print that I got from this talented print artist named Adolf, a key from Hooney from Mona Thomas's brand, a little illustration of Karapka, a Funko Pop of Darth Vader that I got with my partner when we were super young in Vegas, Todoroki. This is pretty cool. It's a Heineken bottle, but it's custom. It says glue on it. We got it from the Heineken Museum in Amsterdam. And then just a few other things, a coffee mug and the limited edition Murakami Perrier. And then one of the last things I have over here as decoration is this Gundam Hypeland deck. I was really stoked when they dropped this. They do a lot of really cool stuff with anime and different like Japanese pop culture stuff, and I really like this one. So this is the chair that I use. I'm gonna just put this back for now. It's a Steelcase Leap. I really like this one. I've had it for a while now. I was lucky enough to get one of these for like $300-400 bucks during COVID, because I think they cost somewhere between $1,200 and $1,500. But when all the offices shut down in COVID, all the brands were selling these, the Herman Millers, all that for dumb cheap at like just random warehouses and offices that got abandoned. You know, when I sit like this, it's pretty good for my work day. It keeps me nice and postured and everything. And when I want to chill more, you can lower it and just sit back like that. All right, right here is just my setup for printing and everything. I have this Canon inkjet printer that I use for a lot of my designs to add texture or make prints. This is just some random little print I was working on. I like these flatbed scanners because they're a lot faster and scan at a way higher DPI than the ones that are built into like whatever color printer you have. This is just my small little Fujifilm Digicam that I use sometimes here and there when I want to be nostalgic. In addition to that, I have my Sony camcorder that I've really been liking lately. I actually made an entire video about this thing and using it and to capture memories and stuff. So I'll link that video in the description if you want to check that out. Over here, we just have my filing cabinet. Nothing crazy. I just keep random paper in there. And then a bunch of old prints and collage stuff and construction paper, transparent paper. Like you'll just find any random things that I've worked on over the years, both personal projects for this YouTube channel, client work, tax stuff, whatever. Like it's kind of a mess, but I didn't realize how much of this stuff I wouldn't have been able to save or just throw away until I got this filing cabinet. So it's kind of old fashioned, but I think it's been a great addition to the office. So here's just some things I like up here. You've probably seen this background in some of my other videos if you watch them. We have this little Datsun truck. It's a Datsun 620. It's kind of my dream truck and something that I want to do and make a custom one like this. I got this at the Peterson Automotive Museum. So this will just have to do for now, the miniature version, since I don't have a life-size one. Some Gunpla that I've built over the years. I used to have them all up here, but now I just keep out my favorites. This is pretty cool. It's the giant Gunpla head, and it just looks like a basic model, but when you open it up, it's actually a coffee cup. You could drink out of it. I don't drink coffee out of this because it's like really obnoxious, but I think it's kind of cool. And then right here, we just have a print from Kludge, super talented artist that I know on Instagram, Golden Frieza, a random little plant. And then I got this Funko Pop from my partner, Erica, who bought it for me for, I think when I paid off my loans or something. I forget what the occasion was, but it's pretty cool they make these custom. So here's my Funko Pops. You can't see them too well because of the reflection right here, but I used to be really into these, as well as the game Overwatch. My love for these and Overwatch have both went down over the years, but I still think it's a cool little setup. The game kind of sucks now, and the older I get, having these little figures, the more cringe it starts to become. So I'm not buying anymore or anything like that. Probably one of my favorite areas of the whole office is my bookshelf and my records. So I've acquired a lot of books over the years. I remember first getting this set up thinking, how am I ever gonna fill all these up? I made a whole video about design books and inspiration. I'll link that below too if you wanna get more into these, but this one's really cool by Brain Dead, one of my favorites. This protest book is also really cool, and just, this is more like inspirational stuff, like for design wise. And then down here, I have some other stuff. I don't know why, this random copy of GTA 5, but Blue Notebook, some cool inspirational type books as well. And then these are more of my like reading, like self-help type, like philosophy books, you know, like Ryan Holiday, Atomic Habits, 48 Laws of Power. Probably one of the ones that changed my workflow and kind of life for the better is Deep Work by Cal Newport, Digital Minimalism, as well as this How to Win Without Pitching manifesto. This is a magazine I got from this record collector magazine over in the UK. And the reason I bought this is I got to design one of the ads in it for David Bowie. It was on the second fucking page. I thought I was gonna have to look through it all, but yeah, I got to do this like cool little print ad for David Bowie, which was re-releasing for Record Store Day, his singles and everything. And I mean, to work with like a big artist like that is really cool, even if it's something as small as a little ad like this. Other than that, I have a bunch of other magazines and zines and small stuff that I've bought in from a bunch of people over the years that I think are really cool. This Gucci Maze one is really cool and has a bunch of really inspirational like Y2K crazy graphics and stuff. And I think it's cool when people put their design work together into like physical mediums like this for people to enjoy. And the printing on this thing is insane. Like, it has a lot of different textures and stuff. So in addition to my books, I'm pretty stoked on the record collection I've built over the years. And I like listening to records when I design or I'm just hanging out in my office. They're all powered through this Audio Technica LP 120 turntable, as well as this Yamaha receiver. And those go to these Klipsch speakers. These are some of the best speakers I've owned. These bookshelf speakers are awesome. They sound really good, and it just makes for like a great listening environment in here with some of the soundproofing and everything. So down here I have all my records. Some of the stuff that I mostly like to listen to when I'm working is more chill. So you'll have something like, you know, this Madlib Shades of Blue produced by Blue Note. Really cool, a lot of instrumentals and beats and stuff like that. If I'm not working and I want to listen to something more higher energy, I'll do like this hardcore band, Magnitude. Really cool, like straight edge hardcore. Or even some blues like Lightning Strikes by Lightning Hopkins. This is kind of good for working or if I'm just hanging out and want to listen to something. It's pretty cool to collect records, I think, because as a designer, you not only get to have like cool music that you can listen to, but you have these pieces of like good artwork and design and packaging. And I don't know, I think the collector in me just likes that idea of it a lot. Other than that, like I said, just some old random Funko Pops and stuff down here. Nothing too crazy. This is the paper that I use to actually track my hardcore alphabet series. So I did this series on Instagram where I redesigned a hardcore record for each letter of the alphabet. And it was a challenge put on by this guy Struthless to do something with each letter of the alphabet. And it's pretty cool to have this as like a little memory of just, you know, that was like 26 weeks or 28 weeks of just designing something each week. All right, so I have this Dr. Doom kind of shrine set up. Me and my partner Erica really like Dr. Doom, MF Doom as well, but I think he's one of the coolest kind of villains, heroes, whatever you want to call them, depending on the lore in the kind of Marvel world. So we have this piggy bank, just a little figure, and this cool bobblehead. Right here too, we have a vintage Dr. Doom figure that's still in its packaging. It's pretty cool to have something old like this still in its original packaging. It kind of gives a little description of Dr. Doom. And I like how they used to use actual like fabric and clothes like that and stuff on these action figures, but it's a pretty cool little thing. And this is just my setup, kind of like where when you come into the house and you throw all your stuff, but I cleaned it up a little bit. My glasses, sunglasses, wallet, a cassette from the super dope band MS Paint. I really liked the design that they did on this, and it's just a cool overall like layout and everything. I have a cassette player in my car, so it's not completely just for decoration. This big boned highlighter from Aaron Draplin's brand. This last thing I really like is this Daniel Arsham poster. I really like his artwork, and probably the only thing I'll own of his because it's so expensive, but I got this at his exhibit at the Peterson Automotive Museum. These are the original sketches, but he had these giant cars that were all like modeled to scale, BMW, Porsche, all this, carved out like these little shapes right here with crystals built into them. And I thought it was just a really cool idea, and I'll throw up some pictures of the exhibit if I still have any. And it was just cool to get something like that in person and get the cool poster and see a cool exhibit like that. So right here is this Exodus print from Saul Bass, one of my favorite designers of all time, and he's made so many cool posters over the years. So I have this as just both inspiration and cool decoration. It's something that I've had in my office for a while that I haven't replaced yet. Over here in this closet, it's kind of a mess. It's where I put things that I don't want out or are too much in the way. We just have random stuff over here and some storage. I keep a bunch of old external hard drives and stuff that I've stored over the years in there. And then up top, I just have various things that I use from time to time, like mics and audio cables, and you might have seen this orange mic before I've used in other videos. Just a bunch of random stuff I keep in there that I don't want in my everyday life out all the time. So that's pretty much it for my work from home desk setup. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Now I gotta get back to work though, so thank you again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
That goes hard as well.